Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. And just a friendly reminder, we're still on the 500 sub quest. So give me a hand and just hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And we're gonna talk about T32 today, the tank that doesn't have much love. It's considered the worst tech tree tank. The tier 8 is considered the worst tank in this line. But it's not that bad actually, and only thing he has bad is a gun, but we're gonna talk about it a bit second and how to counter it. So I'm using multi-purpose restoration pack, repair kit, and improved engine boost, which is great to use it because it gives you an edge of the speed and you sometimes need it. You can also switch it to whatever you want, but I would really advise you to use it. And we're using enhanced sandbag armor, of course, improved fuel, and on the last we use a case of cola, and that gives you an edge on the HP pool, and that's great because you have awesome armor. We're gonna talk about it in a sec. So 25 AP rounds, 15 APCR because of the pen, and only 3 HE because HE is, as you can see, very poor. Calibrated shells to pen anything with standard ammo, not using Pramo. Enhanced gun lane drive, vertical stabilizer, defensive system, of course, improved assembly. I would go for the toolbox as usual, not for tracks. Of course, improved optics because it's a heavy tank, improved control to get this traverse speed, and I would go for consumable delivery system because of the booster. And now let's look at the armor profile. As you can see, the turret is freaking amazing. It's the best turret ever in this game, for me at least. And the cupola is quite small, and if you use 10 degrees of gun depression, as you can see, we're aiming from the tank destroyer, from 10 tier 8 tank destroyer, and it still can't penetrate the freaking turret, which is great. And if you over angle it, it's even better. Because the front play creates an out-of-bounds zone. And let's switch to heavy tanks, you're mostly counter. Let's take the French one because it has great penetration values. And still look at this, there's no way even not over-angled front can give you an epic armor. The rest of the tank isn't spectacular. You can get panned with HE on the sides, on the back. So try to keep your enemies in front of you. You can try to side scrape a bit, and if you use your gun depression and just go on the hill like this, let me just put it out, okay, like this, then you can get protected on the side, on the front, and you still can get this gun depression, and the hatch is pretty much impossible to hit or to pan. And now let's look at the battles while we be talking about the tank itself. So basically this tank has one main advantage. It's a Hulldown beast. The gun is basically a tier 7 T29 gun, and that's basically all. So the pen isn't great, and that needs to be compensated by using Pramo and using calibrated shells, because otherwise simply you can't do nothing against most tier 8s, and not really about tier 9s, so tier 9s will just rip you apart, and even with Pramo you will struggle to penetrate them in some cases. But still, that's the main disadvantage of a tank. The rest is quite good. As you can see, I wasn't using booster, but that was the time when I was just looking for the best setup for this tank, and later on I was using booster, and I really advise you to use it because it gives you an edge on the speed. The tank isn't that slow, but with that booster you can use it more like a medium tank, let's say, because you can go around the battlefield, try to secure the positions where you can go hold down early in the battle. That gives you an edge again because you can sit here and just do good stuff. And you can see we're gonna going against the pattern. And as you can see, the pattern isn't really a problem for us, even though it's a tier 9 tank. We're gonna be able to overcome it. We're trying to angle, and it worked somehow. I have no idea why. Maybe he hit the turret, I have no idea. but as you can see, the DPM isn't that bad. Even though maybe the gun isn't the best, as you can see, the aiming time is pretty long, and the dispersion isn't the greatest. But when you're using it as a support tank in a position where you can go hold down and be hard to penetrate, the enemies won't bother to go on you because they have easier targets to shoot at, and you're the one who will be in most cases left on to the end, because they think they can easily overcome you, and that's not that easy, to be honest. If you stay hold down, this tank can really excel. And that's the main thing about this tank, is the hold down abilities. It's the best hold down tank in the game. The turret is nearly impenetrable to anything. You can simply engage even tier 9s, so if you counter tier 9s, they still can't penetrate you in the front line. Look at this, the accuracy isn't that bad. It's not that bad. Maybe it's not epic, but you need to wait till the circle goes down and then you can just shoot and penetrate. I prepared 3 games for you because the second one you will see is gonna be really short one. And as you saw, we did pretty well there. We have a bit shy of 3k damage, and with the 300 alpha, that means we penetrated 10 shots at least. Yeah, that was quite good for an accuracy. I don't really bother looking at the stats of my accuracy, but because sometimes I'm blind shotting the bushes, the positions where the heavies, the TDs are hiding, the lights are hiding, so I don't really care about accuracy because it doesn't give me any sort of really opinion on my actual accuracy. So yeah, I don't bother about it anymore. So yeah, as you can see, we're trying to still get into hold down positions. We're using this hold down position because it's the best hold down position in this map, and you can do a lot of good things from here. As you can see, we are just trying to kill this FE, but we got overcome by those heavies from the other side. That means we need to go hold down against those heavies, and you will see that they will have a pretty darn bad day trying to pen us. Even T30, look at this, T30 has a great gun with great penetration, and even though he still has problems with penning us. And yeah, if they're going sideways like this, we're not even struggling to pen them with AP, and that's great. And as you can see, we're putting the pressure on the Reds to push, because we're sitting on the cap. Yeah, and they really can't do nothing against us, which is great, because now we can use this situation to our advantage, because we're sitting, putting pressure on the cap, at the same time we're dealing damage, and on the same time we are pretty much impenetrable to all those threats that are trying to push us. And so yeah, that's why this tank can excel. Like I told you, if you put this tank in a hold down position, especially the one like this tank is glorious. It's simply glorious, even though it has to be balanced somehow, and it's balanced by this gun. That's why it has so poor pan and quite poor accuracy, let's say dispersion maybe. But dispersion isn't that bad. The aiming time is bad. That's the main problem I can see with this tank. The aiming time and the poor accuracy, the poor penetration values. But other than that, it's quite fast, and you can sneak some shots like this. Look at this, like a small target, we're aiming and we get through. And now we're gonna try to get a shot on the back of this EXP, and we set him on fire, and thankfully we were able to not receive the last shot, because it could be a kill shot for us. And still we are a bit shy of 3k damage, so that's not bad. And those were pretty much average games, and as you see, every single game we are bottom tier. that means it's even harder to penetrate enemies, because as I told you, the penetration on this gun isn't spectacular. But if you use calibrated and if you use some APCR, then you will be able to just go through the tanks and just do some damage. So maybe it's heat or a PCR, I can't remember right now, but yeah, use some primal when needed. And but still you can use AP and just be effective in it. You just needs some practice. Simply it needs some practice. It's not about tank, I would say that it's not about tank. I didn't have pretty bad games in it. I mean, I don't know what my average win rate is on it, but I would guess it's about 60%, maybe a little below, I don't know, really. I didn't pay much attention to this tank. It was one of those tanks that I was simply grinding the line, and pretty much enjoyed it. After T29, the T29 after buffs, it's really great. And yeah, the T32 somehow feels bad after T28 because you have the same gun, and the T29, sorry, the T29 received a buff to its armor on the front, and that means that it's pretty much the same tank but a tier lower, so it feels way stronger. But still, we are able, as you can see, to go hold down. I'm using it all hold down. If you're still with me right now, because this review is about 15 minutes long, yeah, we're using this tank hold down all the time, and that's the key to be effective in this tank. Keep it hold down, keep it safe, and you will be simply hard to be dealt with. And that's the great thing about this tank. It's really good at this, because the turret is, like I told you, the turret is the best in class, the best ever in the game. So I would compare it to the mouse. I would say I could compare it to the mouse, and it's a tier 10 super heavy. And this one is basically the one that doesn't have great armor on the whole, but the turret is nearly impenetrable to anything that can hit you. Even tier 10s would really have problems penning this turret, which is just epic, because that gives you an edge. The tank may lack penetration, but it compensates it with the armor on the turret, and that's the main advantage of the tank. So if you use it correctly, if you use it hold down, it's really a beast. Even though that maybe the gun isn't spectacular, but all the tanks have some disadvantages, and you have to simply use use it. Sorry for that. That was an ISS reminder. But that's the main thing. I can't simply record it once more. I don't have time for it. But yeah, I hope you didn't mind it. And yeah, that's basically all about this tank. That it's very strong when you use it hold down, and that's it. So if you like hold down tanks, I think you will enjoy it. And we're going to the end of this review. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Once again, I want to remind you that we are trying to get 500 subscribers. So if you want to help me out with that, just simply hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And have fun watching videos. There's plenty to watch if you're new to the channel. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing. The link to my Discord is in the description below. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.